Today we'll be talking about evolution, natural selection, and phenomena. For today's meeting, um, we're going to talk about what is evolution, what is natural selection and phenomena, and what is the activity we're going to do. So, what is evolution? Evolution is the process of change in living things over time. So, like in this slide, you can see that evolution is a slow change in living things over time. That means animals and plants don't always stay the same. They slowly change as time goes on. These changes happen because of tiny differences in their genes, which are passed down by their babies. Now, sometimes these differences help an organism survive better in its environment. For example, a thicker coat for winter or a long beak to eat get food more easily. When traits like these are When traits like that are helpful, the organisms with them are more likely to survive and have more babies. That process is called natural selection, and it how and it's how evolution happens. When these helpful traits stick around, we call that an adaptation. This means that the living thing is getting better at living in its environment. And here's the cool part. If a group of organisms changes so much that they can't even reproduce with the original group anymore. They become a brand new species. That's called speciation. So evolution is a big idea, but it's really about how many life changes, survives, and sometimes becomes something completely new.
All right, what is natural selection? So natural selection is when living things with helpful traits that help them survive, pass on, and they have more babies, which lead to those traits being evolved. So as you can see in the picture, the giraffes with longer necks are able to reach food in taller trees, which gives them a better chance of surviving over time. More and more giraffes with longer necks are born when those traits are passed on, while those with shorter necks aren't able to eat and survive, so they don't survive as well. This is how a species can slowly change and adapt to its environment. If you move on to the next slide, the natural selection. Look at the cheetah. The cheetah is the fastest land animal. Cheetahs are known as the fastest land animals in the world, but they didn't start out this fast. Over millions of years, cheetahs could run just a little bit faster and were more successful at hunting and escaping danger. Because of that, they were more likely to survive and have babies. Those babies inherited the speed trait, and over many generations, cheetahs evolved to become faster and faster. The timeline shows the evolutionary journey of the cheetah, starting from their ancient relatives all the way to the modern day cheetah we all know today.
Now we're going to take a look at natural selection and phenomena from natural selection. So we can look at these both animals on the screen. They're both foxes, but they look really different because they live in different places. The Arctic fox lives in cold and snowy areas. It has a thick fur, short nose, and small ears, and these traits help it stay warm. On the other hand, the fennec fox lives in hot deserts. It has big ears to release heat and thinner fur to stay cool. Even though they come from the same kind of animals, their bodies adapted to their environments. This shows us that natural selection works differently in different places. What helps an animal survive in the snow isn't the same as what helps in the desert. This is where environmental factors or phenomena like temperature, predators, and food sources play a big role. These forces sort of select which traits are useful. Over time, these useful traits get passed on to their offspring, and the animals start to look and behave differently, even if they started out the same species. Now that we learned everything, we can put it into a activity. So basically, the activity we're going to be doing is designing your own creature, and it's going to be in your own environment. So first, we're going to choose our environment. Then we're going to make our creature. We're going to pick traits for the creature, and then we'll have environmental changes, and then we'll have questions at the end to wrap it all up. We'll be doing this during the in-person meeting on April 30th. Thank you.